Hello.
Welcome to the Blind Way Podcast.
Hello, everybody.
We're live like we are every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How is everybody?
I'm doing well.
I hunger.
My camera's a little high.
As do I.
Man, I need to put this down more.
Your camera's what?
It's a little 420.
Bring it down.
It's so high.
Oh, wow. Nice, Rick.
Above.
I
Why
like
does this?
it.
This doesn't have me.
We can give it to Calvin.
Huh?
Eric, what are you eating?
Well, I had some chicken-flavored yakisoba noodles with some sausage in it.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Like pork sausage?
pork sausage. I have a lot of pork sausage at home that I need to get rid of.
So, like, the stuff in the tubes,
Yeah.
you just cut pieces of that into it?
Yep, so Jancy actually cooks them up and spiced it up. Goes great with any noodle. So, that's been my lunch.
Sounds
Great
good.
with any noodle.
Any noodle.
Is that like an innuendo?
Yep.
Calvin, how are you doing?
I'm good. Feeling a bit better.
Yeah, you canceled stream the other night. What happened,
Yeah.
Calvin?
I have an abscess tooth that I'm taking extremely strong antibiotics for. The first ones that they prescribed me apparently weren't the right kind, and they weren't doing their jobs, so I was balled up in the fetal position all last weekend in pain until they prescribed me new ones.
Does that assist your pain?
That side of the room is falling apart.
Hmm.
You both got mouth problems.
Mouth problems. Rick, when was the last time you went to the dentist?
Huh?
Exactly. Never. He's never had problems.
I've never had a problem. Why? I've never gone to the dentist. No, I mean, I haven't gone to the dentist for a while. Over these last couple months, I've been going and getting like fillings and stuff. But today on mine, either while they had me numbed, at some point I bit my tongue,
Don't say that, Aaron.
or they nicked it with the drill or something. Because like it's been since my numbing is starting to wear off.
It's been hurting?
It's been hurting, and now I've noticed that when I drink stuff, it has like a little stinginess to it.
You should-
And it sucks.
Man,
Take something for
getting nicked, but my tongue getting nicked while I was having work done is my greatest fears, and I go to the dentist.
Yeah. Well, there's
I'm
one
always,
time.
I'm always like, I think I've said this before on podcasts, but I'm always freaked out that my tongue's not far back enough.
Yeah.
So I'm like choking myself with my own tongue, trying to get it out of the way.
I'm trying to like push it over. And
Yeah.
at one point I was like, and it could have been during this point too, like they were doing stuff and like it was like my throat and stuff was too dry. And I started to have like that gag reflex, like, ugh,
Sure.
ugh, and I was trying to hold it back.
Yeah.
But your tongue went like...
I don't know where my tongue went. It was numb. It's hard to control to begin with.
What?
Your tongue? You're going to tell me you've never, without it being numb, bitten your tongue.
No, I have. But,
See, sometimes your tongue just goes where it wants to.
but I put my tongue there. My jaw is hard to control.
my tongue is
It
numb.
just, gong, gong, gong. I'm so hungry, it's just slapping together as hard as it can, fast
quote
as it can.
was that, Rick?
I gotta get this food down.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, so the quote is, "Oh, my tongue is numb." Who said it?
Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, you're ready
Oh, right.
for the Star Wars trivia.
The only questions you ever asked me are about the prequels.
I know. I know what I'm
the
doing.
answer is always Jar Jar Binks.
Those are the best questions.
We got
Yeah.
some questions for Eric a little later on. If you've got some for him, redeem a question in the lower left of the chat. There's a little bubble style icon. Get some questions ready because we're going to quiz them. Because Eric, the draft is coming.
Yep, so
For
on
Schmodown.
Friday night, I believe. And we'll see if I get drafted or not, but I'm excited. Hopefully someone picks me up.
Yeah, we got to start like putting your skills out there.
We do.
So people
We do
can
have
see
to
it.
do that, yeah. And we only have a little over a day to do it. No. Now, they'll have the draft on Friday, and then they're also, sometimes people drop out or they need to be picked up or something like that. So,
Yep.
who knows?
Just remembering, I don't think we did a YouTube video.
Nope.
We did not. So welcome everybody that didn't need a YouTube video reminder.
Yeah, loyal.
You guys
loyal
are
people.
awesome. Here, have some V-Bucks.
Oh, they're getting V-Bucks?
Yay!
They're-
We should
they're not
never do a YouTube
V-Bucks.
video.
It's V bonus, Aaron. You've
Ah,
never
damn.
done this before.
It is V-Bonus.
V-Bucks is for Roblox.
If you wouldn't have said anything, they all would have been like, sweet,
Wow,
thanks, and
thank
no one would have
you.
noticed.
And then it wouldn't have gotten anything. Thanks,
They
Calvin.
didn't realize it was all a trick.
fuckers.
So on Monday there was a thing where like people could spend channel points in order to boost our channel, and I was like, oh, I'll get on to do it, and I had none
No,
because
Eric, did that continue yesterday?
it did not.
So we lost it on the day before.
It was lost.
Sorry, guys. It's Calvin's fault.
Calvin's teeth fucked us over.
Yes, it is.
So I think we got to like
I don't think he suffered enough.
80%. I think we got to like 80% on Monday.
Did we?
We were really close.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I don't know when it pops up or how it triggers or any of that stuff. So hopefully it pops up again at some point. But if it pops up again and we get that, it basically puts us on the front page of like Twitch for like recommended feeds and stuff too for a while. And
Yeah.
does some different things, but
Wow. Nice. Well, thanks everyone that helped us get at least to that point. That's
Yeah.
nice.
it's really close. So I'm sure to show up again. They just started it within the last.
Yeah.
I saw information on it from December, but I think it's really started going like this month.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's been a crazy week. 2 weeks ago, I decided to sell all my GameStop stock because I
Yep.
thought, well, this is worthless and I don't need to do that.
Definitely.
So I got rid of
Smart
that
move.
and I don't have to think about that anymore. And then I stopped looking at the news, which also just made my
Stress levels
stress
go way
levels
down?
go way down.
Yeah.
So it's been a really good 2 weeks.
yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I'm happy for you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.
I've never had stocks in anything except for more recently with retirement stuff going through and whatnot.
It's only retirement stuff
Trying
I've
to
ever
plan
had.
retirement
Yeah.
things, so I've never done much with it. But
Yeah.
So no, I did not have any GameStop stocks, even though
You
I
worked
used,
there. You didn't.
Well,
like,
I didn't
you
have
weren't
Radio
awarded
Shack
any
stocks,
in lieu of
which
like,
might have been a
pay?
good thing. But I
Yeah.
also, when I worked there, I knew that they were having problems with like, well, a lot of things are going digital. What are we going to do? How are we going to stay afloat? Pre-owned games aren't going to be around as much
Yeah.
because of so much digital stuff. So there's a lot of things with like what's GameStop's plans for the future, and that's why they like combined with Think Geek and started having a lot more like you go in there, you see pops and statues and
Board games.
lightsabers and stuff like that, D&D stuff, socks and backpacks.
Yep.
They had some of that stuff before, but they really have a lot more now. of
It
that.
started to look more like an FYE store.
Sure, which
some
those are
ways.
gone too.
Yeah, they are.
So
Well, I mean, I was excited because, GameStop, 5 years ago started carrying actual figures and not just like, cheap, Chinese models, like they would like legitimately like the Black Series was there, Marvel Legends was there, DC Multiverse was there. And those are fantastic figures that are very collectible. And I mean, people go all over the place looking for them because not every retailer will get them. But it seems like lately they don't give a shit. They just have like, here's the same Lando from Solo
Yeah.
that's been here on this peg for 2 years.
we
You
have
know
to sell it or we won't get more.
exactly. It's like, dude, people will buy if you get the right stuff in.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they already have some stock and no
I
one
know.
bought it, so then should they get more,
Yeah.
That's usually the thing that happens is like, well, we got this much, we didn't sell it, so we don't get more of it.
But I mean, if they had like I know for a fact there's a lot of collectors around here that will go and just pick clean, stuff. Some of them resell, some of them just have a lot of collections and stuff like that. But I mean, if you kept a decent, just a box rotation of stuff, I bet you would sell a lot more. I don't know. At the very least, like, I just don't go to the store anymore.
So what do they do with those other
Yeah.
figures?
I don't know. Discount them, put them on the discount thing. Their whole discount thing that's like $1 less than normal.
I mean, they do that though.
Yeah.
Like right now at our GameStop, there's like this Luke Skywalker in like a vintage-looking package
Sure.
that is clearanced for
Yeah.
whatever it is, But I mean, they do that, but still no one buys them. You're
Yeah.
like, no one wants your stuff. Get new stuff. It's like, well, they gotta get rid of the old stuff. So they either gotta send it away or something.
I mean, that's capitalism for you.
That's capitalism.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
And have Reddit come out and
I
save
don't know
you.
if you would know this, but like GameStop also had an online store. So
Okay.
like, where did that stuff come from? Like, would that come from like a warehouse they had separate from the stores, or would those be taken from store shelves at any point?
If you mean like going to GameStop.com,
Yeah.
it's a mixture of both. When I worked there, they were starting more and more of the online sales stuff. And if I recall, what they do now is like you might get an order for also in store where someone's bought online and they're coming to your store to pick it up. But there's lots of times where you got to ship stuff out, which might go to another GameStop or it might go to a warehouse. So the stuff you're ordering online could come from either one technically, but probably more often than not, it's usually from a warehouse. and then they have stuff in stores that eventually will get shipped out and stuff too. But I remember like, oh, we got this online order. Do this. Set it in this drawer. Wait for that person to come in.
Remember the last time, like, I had to go to a GameStop, and it was the thing that saved me. Was way back. It must have been over 10 years ago now.
It saved you, Rick?
It did, because I was working on the bowling video game, and for the Vicious engine, the only way you could get a 360 controller to work on it was a wired one. I could not find a wired one online. Like, I couldn't find one anywhere. And I went to GameStop, and they had a used one that smelled like cigarette smoke.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
But it worked.
There isn't always a cleaning process for that that's super intense or nothing.
Yeah.
You can only do so much.
Well, I mean,
unless you send it off to get it like a deep cleaning.
Even when I got it, I cleaned that sucker, but it still smelled like smoke.
Yeah. So the cigarette smoke is a hard thing to get out of anything.
Yeah, it is. Isn't that right, Eric?
Definitely.
I've seen some gross stuff come in.
I mean, I smoke a lot of tobacco, but never inside.
Yeah.
Because it's on your walls, it's on your windows. You know, like I had a grandmother that everyone smoked in a house, and you would just go there and just put your finger along something, and it's just yellow. You know.
Aaron and I would go game at a friend's house. It would smoke.
Yeah.
And like I remember, like I would notice it when I got there. And then, like, we play it for a few hours, I wouldn't notice it so much. But then when I left, like, my clothes were just,
my wife would think I went to a
soaked
bar.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the bar? It's like, and sometimes that was a better answer than where I really was.
Yeah. and it's not like they were smoking at the time, you know, while we were playing or anything.
It's just trapped in the air.
So, but yeah. So, I've heard and seen some things that are like, man, this was not taken care of, and now you want money for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like GameStop usually gives a lot of money for the trade-ins to begin with. There's more credit, less in cash.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's kind of a pawn shop in a way, almost.
Kind of, yeah. A little bit of that. Like, there's set prices that they'll do for things, and there's some stuff they just won't take.
Yeah.
Where a pawn shop just kind of like, they just pick and choose and make up a price as they go along, you know? Like,
Sure.
That one guy could come in with the same exact thing the other guy had before, but he might say, no, sorry, I don't want it. Because he just got one, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas GameStop, if you came in with the new Madden game, and then the next guy came with the new Madden game, they both would get the same option for it and stuff, too. Unless they were defective, in which case there might be some differences there. So,
what does a company like GameStop feel like when PlayStation puts out a no-disc version of their console, you know?
Yeah, like I said, it's
like
definitely
it's gotta
tough...
feel so like, damn it.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing because they would... most of their money comes from the pre-owned stuff. Because they offer... I mean, if you've traded in a game, you know you got like this week's game that just came out and you're getting $25 for it. Store credit, usually. Mm-hmm. And then they're selling it for $55. So, I mean, the markup on that for them is much higher than buying that game brand new for $60 or whatever, and they get about $1, $2 maybe.
I wonder if the extra money from, like, the pandemic relief stuff has kept more GameStop opens than would be open otherwise.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, you definitely need places for your items, your accessories, and all that kind of stuff too. But I mean, with things being shut down, like I know our GameStop was shut down for a little while, where like they just weren't open, and then they had like specific times and stuff that they were open.
Well, there for a while, I remember they got some heat because they were saying they were essential because they sold like webcams and stuff that people needed to work from home or whatever.
Sure,
I remember that.
Boba's in the chat right now and says, "I'm actually at work at GameStop watching this."
Yeah, Boba works there. But no, yeah, like you said, like I was saying before that there's lots of statues and stuff too now. Like when I was working there, we didn't sell a lot of like PC stuff. Was very small.
Yeah.
Now at the GameStop here, like they have like Razer.
Oh yeah, they have a
like,
section.
mice and keyboards and stuff too.
Their PC section is as big as the Switch section now.
Yeah, so like there's a lot more like variety in things they sell and stuff too. And I don't think they do much in pre-owned of PC accessories though. At least not that I've seen at our GameStop. I don't know what they do. Like I don't know if they take in a pre-owned mouse.
But I don't know.
I mean, they have a.
But also, when I get a mouse, it's not very often that I'm like, you know what? I need a new mouse. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Trade. I keep that mouse so it doesn't work anymore. You know? Like,
Oh yeah.
oh man, I love this mouse. I'm using this mouse.
It's at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically like a console generation before I switch mice. Pretty much.
The GameStop at the mall right now has a SH Figuarts figure of Master Roshi, and those are like really high quality, sought after posable figures.
We've gotten quite a few of them.
We've gotten quite a few of them, and
really
like
good.
I've always really enjoyed. I don't really collect them, but I've always thought about like if I'm going to start collecting something else, it might be those figure art figures, you know. But they've had one for like a year,
Sure.
you know. And I keep thinking like, should I buy this? But if I do, it's not like I'm going to get any more. I don't want to order them, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like even before, you know, if I knew what my purchase was going to be for a game, like for a long time I'd get it online. But like
Yeah.
when I'd go into GameStop, I would see something and like I hadn't even thought about it. More of like an impulse buy
Sure.
sort of thing. Like, man, I forgot about that game. Yeah, I'll pick that up.
Yeah. And I would go too with like their buy two get one free on pre-owned games and stuff too. And they also have their whole like, they have the, let's see, what is it? 7 days and 30 days. So I think there's like defective things for like 30 days of different stuff for like a pre-owned game. But you also get like I think it's like a week that if you get a game and it's just like, this game is not what I expected it to be, as long as it's pre-owned. I don't think it works if it's new. As long as it's pre-owned, if in 7 days you're like, this game is not at all what I thought it was going to be, you can take it back and then exchange it for something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were also taking back even new versions of Cyberpunk.
Well, yeah, there's situations like that they'll do that's just like, well, damn, we don't want people to be pissed off. I know this isn't our fault, but... And there may have also been some kind of deal, too, maybe with the publishers or something with that as well.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that and, like, No Man's Sky, when that came out, like,
Yeah,
things like that
that was
have,
another
like,
big one.
a lot of pushback.
I'm
But,
sure it's... sorry, go ahead.
No, but yeah, just that idea. Like, you can't do that with you can't go to Walmart. I mean, I guess you could. Walmart takes almost everything back anyway. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
the idea of like
Even
being
if it
able to-
wasn't bought there sometimes.
yeah, being able to go in and like, all right, I want to get this game looks really cool. Let me get that. And that might just be an impulse buy. But I always thought it was cool of like, well, I got 7 days at least that if I really don't like this game, I can take it back and maybe try to find something else that I do want.
Yeah, I remember, like, way back in the day, it was like that with games. Like, in the NES era. Like, when games were coming back after the crash from Atari. Like, a lot of places, you could have it for a while, and they would take it back if you didn't like it.
Really?
But then, I can't remember exactly when that switched. It switched during the NES era, I feel like, but I can't remember, like, the year or anything.
See, now too, like, not so much with the Switch, but with disc-based, like, you have that disc getting scratched kind of issue that you could worry about. Like, I feel like with the actual cartridges, like, you could tell if it was broken usually
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's damage to it, but for the most part, you didn't have to worry about getting scratched up or something.
Like, PC
Yeah.
games were the one thing you could never take back, because you could just copy those in most cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same thing too. We would never take back a PC game.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, 'cause you
they,
could-
and they never did pre-own PC gaming either.
Yeah, because you could just install it, and as long as you don't need the CD to have the game key,
Yeah,
you
and
just play it.
a lot of those, like, you get it, and then there's a game key that you use, and once it's
Yeah.
used, it's done.
It's
you know,
done,
so
yeah.
that was the issue too with it. So
I don't know if it's... I mean, I'm sure it's related because of, like, the internet, but the thing that makes me sad is that you would find in GameStops are the strategy guides.
oh
You
yeah,
don't see a lot of
Yeah.
strategy guides.
you
I
don't see
don't-
them too much. Usually they pop up for like the big names every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, the reason too is when I worked there, not a lot of people really bought them. The
Oh.
internet came out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
I mean, yeah. Like, as soon as the internet happens, there's no way you need those anymore. But they were some works of art.
sometimes you need them, though, because, like...
Well, yeah, old games.
Well,
but-
no, Dragon Quest VIII is one of my favorite games ever. But I also got a strategy guide for it. And, like, that
Yeah.
strategy guide is a work of art. Like, it makes the game so much easier, and, like, you can just 100% it. It would take thousands of hours, but you can do it in much less time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to Dragon Quest XI, which was going to be the first one that, like, wasn't a weird online version thing. And I was like, man, it's going to be great. Day one, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the strategy guide. The strategy guide never came out in the U.S.
Ah.
See, that's the thing too. A lot of those you're going to be seeing like maybe big names coming out with strategy guides at launch, and then they're going to disappear before along with that. And that's probably because they have like a collector's edition, maybe a regular edition.
Yeah.
Pokemon
Well-
games will sometimes have those.
And
but
the thing
I can
too is, like, you know, now games aren't finished when they come out, so they'll get patches. So like in Dragon Quest VIII, and I'm not sure if that happened in Dragon Quest XI, but like it would have all the stats for the monsters. But like maybe there's a balance patch at some point.
And now they're
not-
different.
And all that stuff's different now.
True. I can if you ever
That makes
look at
sense.
some of my old videos like in my basement, either from streams or like when we did like Supergirl and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
On my back shelves, I have a whole bunch of strategy guides, and most of those are all because they pennied out at GameStop and they were throwing them in the dumpster.
Jesus.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
so we had to like
To where
categorize that they were
the cost
there.
of keeping them in the store
Yeah.
and having an employee actually like sell them and stuff, it
Yeah.
costs more to keep it there than to just.
So they made more room for it for other stuff, which that might what happened to that Lando thing. They might penny out and it might just get thrown away at some point. Man.
Yeah.
Which
But,
is ridiculous that something it loses so much value that you can't ship it anywhere. You can't give it away.
It would cost
It would
too much
cost more
to
to
ship
ship.
it to hopefully find
Yeah.
someone that might want to buy it, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's
they
just-
would penny it out, we toss it in the trash. And I'd be like, hey, I'm going to take these. Like, I'm throwing them away. Might as well someone take them.
Yeah.
So I have a whole bunch of just random strategy guides for some things. I'm like, I want this one. I want this one. This is a collector's edition. This one's cool, you know? So I have those at home where I'm like, well, at least I have these if I
mean,
Yeah,
just
that's
hold on to
like I'll have that in board games sometime. Where like I really don't like this board game or I don't want it anymore or whatever. Like I would just be willing to give it to someone who really wanted it online.
Yeah.
It would cost me $25 to ship the thing.
exactly.
Yep. Yeah, so if you have sometimes those strategy guides would drop down to like $9, but if it's going to cost you $12 to ship it, it's not worthy for you.
Yeah.
Especially unless it's like someone like buying it and paying the shipping for it, maybe. But usually you're just shipping it to another store and hoping that they can sell it instead of you.
Right. Yeah.
Boba Skywalker says some gifts in my last mailbag were pennied out items.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
thanks, Boba. I mean, there's some cool things that get
Yeah.
pennied out, but
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the right person doesn't come into the store at the right time.
yeah. Or your area, just like there's less interest in your area for it, Like the stuff that I would sell in our Marietta GameStop versus when I worked over at the Southside store. The Southside store was very heavy in PS2 games and a lot less in like the newer stuff at the time.
Sure.
Whereas like the Marietta store, like, and it might have been like the people that were coming in, like just like price wise of what they could afford.
Yeah.
Where Marietta might have had more money to toss
Well-
towards new stuff, whereas they were still going with the older things.
I mean, maybe it is the demand because doesn't Southside didn't it also have like a retro game store too? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, I mean there was a retro game over on the south side called Super Retro Land.
Yeah.
They were there. They moved to Athens. They moved back into Vienna area by the mall, and now they're gone again. So even that, like trying to do like old retro games and stuff like that, they just can't stick around.
Yeah. It's such a niche market. You really need just a whole lot of people to keep something like that afloat. And in this area,
Or
like,
a few people that are willing to pay a lot.
that's the other thing.
Dude, the best strategy is Classics Plastics over in the mall.
Yeah.
Because they have just true blue arcade machines in the back.
Yeah.
They have to go past the toys. You have to go past the old like video game stuff, and then you get there. Then you can play. They also have the stuff like outside in the main foyer that you can like play Giant Connect 4 or something,
Sure.
And people are always just coming in and out. I'm always surprised by like that guy just bought a SNES controller, or this guy's just buying this Power Rangers figure. Like they do very well over on the mall there. But they also have like that strategy of like they don't do just one thing. They're not doing just video games, but they're also doing like both loose and mint on card toys.
Yeah,
and they're also, and the guy is
They're
constantly
selling
on
nostalgia.
They are, but the guy's constantly online looking for estate sales, looking for people selling entire collections, buying them and then making his money back by
Yeah.
selling them individually.
You got to
know?
find the best price you can for a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that people also want. It's not just like
Yeah.
finding a good price on this junk. You got to
Yep.
find stuff that people also are looking for.
And then-
That's the thing.
And then he's also from the store keeping a online store as well, so people from anywhere can buy. So he does a good job, but he's always like. I'll go in there on the weekends, and he'll see me. But, hey, what's up, man? Because I always come in and we'll buy a bunch of stuff. But the more and more
You're
my
one of those
collection
whales that
grows,
they
the
like
less
to
I
get.
buy. So he's always like, hey, I got some new Star Wars stuff in. I'm like, oh, thank God, And then I can go through that, the next month or two, I can go and just pick up 2 or 3 things I don't have.
Sure.
Nice.
So, but yeah, no. I mean, that's the thing is like some of these, and that's that's the thing with some stores like Toys R Us, going under because of it's more of a niche thing that they're selling with toys, right? Like it's not like Walmart. Walmart has Nerf guns too. So did Toys R Us. Walmart has Legos too, but so does Toys R Us.
Yeah.
But Walmart has the toy section that might not be as vast and open, but they also have here's the automotive, here's clothes,
Here's grocery.
So they have different avenues of revenue they can get from rather than just like Toys R Us who just had like, sure, here's board games, here's Nerf guns, but more Nerf guns. Here's Power Rangers, but more Power Rangers.
And slightly more expensive.
And slightly more expensive. That's why, like, the thing with them that I thought was the best thing for them to do, but they didn't do it enough, was, like, their event stuff, Getting kids to come into the store for, like, a special Lego building thing. Or back when they used to have the Pokemon trading card battles, going on. You get kids coming in for those, they're probably going to leave with a pack of Pokemon cards or something,
Dude, I miss Toys R Us.
So
they had the Force Friday events.
Yeah, it's
so
about
cool.
the events and what they can do to get people in, and you have these fun events, and then you hope people leave. That's why, like, when I was looking at, and I don't know if, like, Classic Plastic or Super Retro Land, I think they used to have, like, game tournaments and stuff. But that's why with ideas I had when I worked at GameStop of wanting to have my own, like, retro store and stuff, and, like, I want to have new stuff, but I want to have retro stuff too, maybe toss in board games and stuff too, like, have, like, a Magic the Gathering tournament, like, once a month, have, like, a D&D session thing that people can come in and dip their toes into playing D&D for the first time, or veterans come in and play because they haven't played in so long or whatever, have some video game tournaments, but just making events that are either free to join, or maybe there's like a small entry fee and stuff too, and then you have a mixture of people coming in for whatever it is, but maybe they grab something and buy something too, and now they maybe are returning customers, So it's about getting those events, I think, is the main thing, because that's the thing anymore. Like, you can sell digital, but you can't, like, replace digital with events, really. Although Fortnite did a pretty cool DJ thing with, like, some of their shit that they've done over the quarantine time with, like, that DJ guy who, like, there's, like, a rapper who showed up out of, like, an asteroid crashing into the planet. Like, there's a thing where, like, I forget who it was, but it was, like, a rapper, and, like, this giant light coming down, and it crashes, and this flash of light comes out of the ground, and there's a rapper. It'd be like a holographic or a hologram Tupac, right? It was, like, this digital guy showing up. He was huge, bigger than anybody there, just, like, starting singing and dancing and stuff. Yeah, Travis Scott, that was it. It was a hell of a thing.
Hell of a thing.
It was. So that's a pretty cool digital event. But how many people logged in for those events, and now maybe they're buying stuff for Fortnite because Fortnite was free,
Yeah, sure.
It's about those events and those moments that are like, oh, man, did you see this? This was so cool. Did you get to experience that? No. Well, you should have been there. You should be there next time when Galactus tries to eat the planet. all right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, GameStop stock stuff, crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff.
Crazy thing.
It is crazy stuff.
BlackBerry making a comeback.
Yeah.
Hey, man, BlackBerry used to be the shit.
Oh yeah,
That was a great phone.
BlackBerry. If you
Yeah,
didn't have a
keyboard
BlackBerry,
on
you
there.
didn't have a phone. Like
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
you had your whatever phone, or you had a BlackBerry. That was the big phone.
I remember when Dad first got a BlackBerry it was his work phone, and it was like talking about, it's just another place that they can get a hold of me. It's like, I can get emails on this thing. It's like, now I don't have an excuse. It's like, I'm not at work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that little trackball thing in the middle that you can click. I thought that was great. It's like, oh man, I want one of those.
it's like that damn golfing game in the arcades
Yeah.
where you had that stupid ball and you're all right, go, and you push it up and just spinning there.
The phone I always wanted was the one from the Matrix. And
Oh,
they
the
even
one that like telescopes?
yeah, it like you hit the button and it goes like you
Oh,
know?
okay.
And then they even had like commercials like around like you could buy this phone, I
Yeah.
never got one. I had a flip phone like an idiot. I was flipping it, and that sucks.
Yeah, just hold it like this and like flipping it and having it. Think you're all cool.
See, the
and
thing that
shit.
was cool about those that I can't do with the touchscreen is I used to love. I guess I could talk to my phone now, but I used to love being able to. I'd flip my phone up, and I knew exactly how to text without looking at my phone once of what I wanted to say. Because
sure.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
666,
Like
5,
with one
5,
thumb. Yeah.
2, 5, 5, 5, 8. Whatever it is. And I'd be
Yeah.
like, okay, here we go. Hey, Rick, what are you doing? And that's what I
Yeah.
would send.
Tactile keys just went out of existence and QWERTY took over. I remember when I had one of the slider phones that had the full QWERTY keyboard, but they were actual like physical tactile keys. You click them. That was my favorite.
I had one of those. Melanie had one. Yeah, it like opened up. Hell, I had
Open-
my own.
Mine
Sony.
like slid like halfway or three quarters of the way up and had the screen on top.
I think I had one that opened, and Melanie had one that slid. And then eventually I had my Sony Ericsson that slid, but it was a controller
Oh, nice.
that I could like play games on and stuff too.
Sweet.
but It wasn't that great.
No.
No, it could have been better. I played a few games, but they weren't great.
Yeah, I always wondered how well they did.
What I really
always
should have
wanted
done,
one, but
there was ways that you could either get emulators and stuff. I should have played like Pokemon games on my phone. Is what I should have done. It would've been really good.
that would have been cool.
But I never did.
Because that would have been just about like a DS.
Kind of
Crazy that during high school, our calculators were better gaming platforms than our phones.
Yeah. Remember that
They had
ball
more.
game?
Yeah.
They had more power.
There was that ball game where you're trying to fall down the holes
Yeah.
really fast and stuff, and we would try to see who could get the highest score.
There was like some Mega Man games. There was R-Type. Yeah.
You know, this is stupid, but a stupid thing I used to do with a calculator at school.
Spell boobies.
No,
Oh.
boobies. That was a great thing.
Okay.
A stupid thing I used to do is I would hit 1 + 1 equals, and then 2, and then if he's kept hitting equal, it would keep adding
It
1.
would keep counting, and
So
you could
I would
see how
just
far.
see for how long during math class, like how many times can I press the equal button? It's gonna be this many. You know, I get to like 1100. I'm like, recess. Anyway, I wasn't a great student.
Ah. Wonder why.
I don't know. Did anybody ever do that? I used to
No,
do
yeah.
that all the time.
I definitely did.
I would go like I would just basically count up with it. So I'd go like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and
Sure.
then clear, and
Yeah.
then 8, 9, 10, 11 until who knows when.
I just like those kind of things where it's something that you think that you thought of, but really everybody has done. You know
These people, that's not right.
what?
Right?
What?
Isn't it 5318008?
For what?
Is for making boobies? Because you got to turn it upside down, right?
Yeah, you gotta turn it
Yeah,
upside
yeah,
down.
yeah.
So
It's
that
not. I don't think it's 8008135. It's
No, yeah.
It's 5318008.
Why you gotta put them on blast like that, Aaron? I understand the spirit of boobies, okay?
I do
If someone
too,
showed
Aaron.
that to me, I wouldn't be like, you idiot. I'd be like, you right?
Yeah. Now you flip upside down, you get boobies. That's so dumb.
Yeah. It really is.
I do remember that there was a math problem for it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was like some kind of like, hey, you know, if you take this plus this times this, you get boobies. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
But I remember that. Being kids was so much better than being an adult with responsibility.
Yeah. We didn't know how lucky we were.
Oh, I don't know. I much prefer the board games I have now to the ones I had as a kid.
Well, Rick, maybe you could have those board games now if you were a kid. But with no responsibility, just play them all the time.
That'd be the best.
And then I could come over, we just play those, shoot each other with Nerf guns, play some video games, go home. Not have to worry about bills. Sounds good.
I don't know though. Like it's worse. I feel like it's worse when you're a kid and your family's poor. And like there's nothing you can do.
Well, that's when you went outside and played in the woods.
No.
Are you making a commentary on my life?
I went outside and played in the woods too.
No. I mean like when mom was a single mom.
Yeah.
Like I was a kid and like I was aware that we did not have any money.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing I could do to make us money.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Well, whereas now, like there are things I could do.
Like if you don't have money, you'd be like, I need to go make money.
Yeah. So
You'd be
it's, in some ways, I think being a kid might be worse.
So
I could see that.
yeah, I guess, but it's not just as easy as being like, well, I gotta go make money. So I'm sure your mom was also like, you know what? We don't have money. I should go make money.
This is a problem.
I'm sure that thought also went through her mind, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
it can't be as easy as you make it sound, or else people that don't have money would just go have money.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's
But you have like some control.
to an extent, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least you feel like you do.
Yeah.
As a kid, you're just like, well, guess I'll throw dirt at my sister.
I'm helping.
I'm helping. Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
no, I get you. Like, once you hit a certain age, you can help, but up to a point, you're just like, I don't know what I can do. I'll go mow lawns.
Yeah.
I'll you know, like, but then you need stuff to mow lawns. You need a lawnmower. You need gas,
Yeah.
or you need one of those like pushing ones that suck. That you're the fuel. You know?
The pushing ones that suck.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Oh,
The-
push lawnmower.
The ones that turn.
A mechanical one.
Yeah, where you gotta just push it.
I always wanted one of those as a kid.
Like you always be like, you know what? I'm gonna sell lemonade and make money, but you gotta have the lemonade first.
Yeah, you got to grow lemons.
Well, sure.
Or you just
suppose.
walk down the
Or
road.
you
and
go to, like-
steal them or something.
You go down to the farmer and steal them from his tree.
Yeah.
They grow in trees, right? Is that where lemons come from?
Yep.
Yes, lemon trees.
Very
Lemon
pretty.
trees.
Good
I don't
job,
know.
Aaron.
There's some weird shit. You ever seen an eggplant? Look like eggs on a plant. It's weird as hell. Sometimes you forget what's what. But yeah, so could be tricky.
You don't need a permit as a kid
Or what?
to sell lemonade. Come on.
I mean,
That's one
technically,
of the ways of getting under the wire. You
I
can
mean,
make
you need
some
a
money.
permit for a yard sale. But
You're
I don't-
supposed
I mean,
to have
technically,
one.
yeah.
You are technically supposed to have one. Just only jerks will be the ones that are like, this kid's selling lemonade.
Isn't there a video?
Call the health department.
Isn't there a video of some woman who's filming where like there's like a girl
Yeah.
selling
Yeah, there is.
lemonade or something on the street, and she's
Yeah.
like filming and causing a ruckus about it all?
Yeah.
So I mean, you have a permit though, you ain't gonna worry about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you can be like, you know what? Bam, permit. And they're like, I'm calling the police. Like, do it, and then they get arrested because they're hassling you with a permit. That's why we got a permit when we did the pit.
We did.
It's like any kids, whatever, come, we call the cops, get them removed.
Yeah.
So no, I think there is like permit stuff for being able to do that kind of stuff, but with kids, it probably falls on the parent
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
technically. So I don't know. I never sold lemonade because I lived in the country, and if I did, it was along a highway.
Yeah.
People weren't stopping to get lemonade.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be a worthless pursuit. Where I
Yeah, yeah, no. It
It'd
was,
just be like my dad every time he went by on a tractor to get a lemonade.
yeah, and you're charging them 5
Yeah,
cents.
he'd be, yeah. He'd be like, I paid for you.
Who bought this lemonade?
Where'd you steal these lemons?
like if you want to shovel driveways, you gotta spend as much time walking to the next driveway as you do shoveling the driveway.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't have any neighbors for miles.
Yeah. The only thing I could do is cut
Wow.
grass, and it was usually like either get my dad to drive me there on a trailer or just ride the mower down.
Couldn't do that because of the asthma.
Yeah, well, yep.
Dang.
What?
Way to bring us down.
The asthma.
The asthma.
No, I was thinking like out towards our way, like the longer and longer the driveways get. So you might spend more time shoveling the driveway than you do walking to the
Yeah,
next one.
that's true. Like my grandma Wanda's driveway, it's
You-
huge.
Yeah, you don't want to shovel that one.
No.
Yeah, my grandma Whiteley lived on. So it's Whiteley Road after the 911. Like they actually started
Right.
naming roads, but so it used to be a road that went up the hill and back down the hill and connected to a road on the other side. But eventually, the township, just no one used it so much, and my grandmother and my grandpa were the only ones on the road. They just stopped doing that road.
Really?
They just like, you know what? This is no longer a road.
It's a driveway.
But there was one person living there, so legally they had to take care of the of the road up into where a person lived, so they had ease of access, right? So that meant effectively that official road was only a driveway because it only went to one place. There's nothing else there. So the township would have to come and clear my grandma and grandpa's driveway. And they would just
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead and do their parking, where they park too.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So we're here, might
it's
as well.
fantastic. But like they would have to come and like pave every like 5 years or whatever. Or not pave, but put down gravel and
Tar and chip.
and tar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the tar. That was a
I-
hell of a thing.
I
Hell of a
love the
thing.
smell of tar, but
Yeah.
man,
Like when we were driving
on
over
a really
it,
hot
like,
day and you hear little pop crackles of
Yeah, it's
popping
like
the
you have
bubbles.
pop rocks in your mouth.
Yeah.
I remember that when we went to karate because they would do that. It was dirt roads, no matter which way
Yeah.
you went, pretty much. So you have to get there. So they'd tar the road and
Yep.
it'd just be constant.
Yep.
Just that dust control.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think, like I don't know if Jancy's ever been on a dirt road before she came here.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that just have never been on a dirt road
Never?
before. Yeah.
But and again, Hawaii, they don't have like
Not
dirt
that
road
she
or
went
something?
down. I
No,
mean,
that
they
she
do.
went to?
Yeah, but yeah.
Huh.
I don't know why but I picture like segments of Hawaii just being like dirt roads and like villages. Like I don't know why that's what I picture. Like a
Yeah.
little fishing village or something like that. That's probably not what it's like at all. But
No.
that's what I pick. I don't picture all of Hawaii like that, but like segments of Hawaii like that.
Sure.
Also, I feel like there's probably some amount more of walking in Hawaii too.
I mean, it's pretty spread out. I mean, in the city, like when you're in Honolulu, yeah. But I mean, it only takes 40 minutes to get anywhere.
Right.
Like on the island, but you gotta drive it. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, it's tough because of the Mercator maps to really internalize like how big Hawaii is.
Yeah.
Well, Lilo and Stitch lived on a dirt road,
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
so that's, I guess, like part of that's what I picture. You know.
Chansey says there are dirt roads in Hawaii. I've been on them. What the fuck?
I'm not saying there aren't. I just know when I was in there, I didn't see any.
Hawaiians don't
But you're a
believe in
tourist.
roads.
That's true. But we went pretty
See,
far.
You probably
huh?
went to the touristy areas where they're not like that.
Yeah.
Did you go to the fishing village of Hawaii?
Eric,
I
when
mean,
you were there
I'm
and
talking
you
James
went
about
to
Hawaii.
As the only person here that had my experience, like, you know, it wasn't just the touristy spots. I mean,
Sure.
you know, it's all together. It's all like, you know.
There was no dirt road to the Jurassic Park location.
I was gonna say on Kualoa Ranch.
There was there, but that wasn't a public road.
How'd you get there?
The public road.
Was it dirt?
Like once you get to the ranch, then
Maxing
there's
a very-
dirt there, but it's not a public road. Like, you know, like I mean like a publicly done road, like the roads that I grew up on with the farm and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're technically taken care of by the township, but I mean even the one by my parents' house in the last 5 years, they just sort of like, well, we only made to fix it. Like there's like a landslide. So well, what do we do? It's like, huh? You know, you're just left with nothing. But you can't go and fix it yourself because you're not allowed. You know, you have to have all these permits and shit.
You're not allowed to move the dirt off the road.
No,
So what do you do?
you're fucked. You gotta go around.
Around.
Yeah.
I just go move the dirt.
No, on Becker Road, my dad, like there was a landslide and he had to wait like almost a year before they came and fixed it.
That happens to me. There's no other way around on my road. If there's a landslide on my road, I can't get home.
Yeah.
I would go
Yeah.
and I just start moving dirt.
Sure.
So I'd have to do it.
Yeah.
I gotta get home.
Well, you're a high priority then.
I hope. Like it's a dead end road. I can't come in the back way.
Yeah.
There's a cliff.
And the river.
And the river. A cliff to the river.
No, in that case, like because there was still a way of accessing the farm, like they would just have to drive the other way. Whereas yours,
They would just say road closed. Like,
no,
put up a
yours
sign.
like since you lose access entirely, they would have to clear
That's what I'm
it.
saying. For him, they just put up like road closed.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they did, yeah.
Yeah. I remember when Big Run Road went from gravel to paved. It was so much worse paved because they would get potholes
And
would never fix
they
them.
would never fix it. Yeah.
It was just so much worse. It's like you should just left it gravel.
yeah.
At least then you could grade it.
Yeah.
And then flatten it back out.
It's so much easier to grade a gravel road than it
Dude,
is to
yeah.
fix
Paved roads in
potholes.
the country, their potholes like your car
I
will
know.
fall in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
It's not
used
like,
to.
you know, if I run over this, it's probably not the best for my car. It's
Yeah.
I have to go around
You
this
have to go
because
around or
it's a
you're
chasm.
stuck.
Yeah, I used to ride a motorcycle. It was like an enduro combination sport.
It fell into a pothole. You lost it.
Well, there was many times where I had to drive like 5 miles an hour on a road. Otherwise, my front wheel would go down in, and the top of the pothole would be level with the hub of my front tire.
Yeah.
It's like if I was going any faster, I'd be over the handlebars.
You just start weaving.
Yeah, just got to go on the high spots between the potholes. There's one particular road that I used to enjoy driving on because it was really secluded. Like it was like 2 tire tracks through the woods, basically. But then somebody that had access to the land started like logging and stuff, and there were literal potholes the size of a car, to where they would fill up with water, and there would be like a little tiny walking path on one side where there used to be a ditch. But
That was
now
the worst part when they filled up with water. And if you didn't know,
If
that
you
was
didn't know,
there-
if you tried to, oh, it's just a little puddle, and now you're drowned.
yeah.
It's like that one where I saw like a video or a gif where like it was like a kid jumping in these potholes, and they jump in one, they just disappear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his head goes all the way
it's
in.
exactly like
That's
that.
so scary.
Do you guys ever see? You guys watch Hey Arnold, right?
Oh yeah.
Remember there was an
No.
episode with a pothole in it, and the city came out to fix it, and they just threw like one piece of wood on it, and they go, all right, and they left. And there's like a plank of
I
wood
remember that.
over a hole like this
Yeah.
big, and there's just a piece of wood over the. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
So Jancy hasn't been on a dirt road.
yeah, that's what I learned today. I saw she got excited there was snow. But
Yeah.
I think it stopped.
It stopped by now, yeah.
Did it stop?
There's still a little snow here and there.
Did you guys
like in
bother
the shadow.
to shovel at all this morning?
I didn't have time. I woke up, I'm like, damn it, there's snow.
Really?
And I left.
No, I
I had to try to weave out of, like,
scrape my car.
getting out of the one spot is tough because there's my truck and there's, like, our trash can's right there, which is usually not bad. But then the way the Baba parks sometimes, I have to make sure I turn just enough to miss the trash can, but at the right angle, too, so I can get past hers and then straighten out, but then be able to turn again before I hit the wall of my driveway. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Yes, Baba, your fault. You need to pull up more. Excuse me. But no, yeah. So that was like, I'm like, all right, hopefully I don't slip too much because when I turn at certain things, it's going to like, if my wheels go like this, I don't want to hit her car or something. So
When I had my truck, and then even with the PT Cruiser, like, if it started to snow, I definitely had to at least do like a little bit of a track at a certain point in my driveway, or else I'm not getting back up.
I've done where
But
like,
my new car,
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
pretty confident, so I don't even worry about it now.
I've done where I've cleared out an area where I'm like, as long as one tire is
Yeah.
hitting this area here, I'll be okay. I've
Yeah.
done that before. But then my road sometimes won't be cleared out. So I'm like, well, as long as I can get backed up and good enough, I'm good. But
Well, some people have been redeeming some questions. Not just Star Wars one. We'll get to those in a little bit. But Keith says, just rewatched the room reaction. Realized how much I've missed Eric's Tommy was so laugh. Can you work that back into everyday time?
I do it every once in a while. Yeah.
they showed up in our Halloween thing.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's true. Just check that out. That's on YouTube.
Yeah, that one was
That
an
was,
interesting one.
that was a lot of fun.
If you haven't seen that, you should watch that. I don't even remember what it was called.
Me either.
You ran it.
It's probably just type in Blind Wave RPG Halloween and you'll find it because there's only been 2. I think. Angel asked Rick, what's your favorite board game? Actually, that's one of my best things of the week. Is board game related, which I'll get into in a second. But my favorites, my favorite war game is Hammer of the Scots, and my favorite non-war game is Troyes. I like those quite a bit.
Twa.
But I had a
Trois?
Troyes.
Twa!
Yeah, it's a name of a French city. Troyes.
Okay. Du jour.
It's real good. But yeah, I had a very weird YouTube journey this weekend.
Yeah, you told me a little bit about it.
Okay.
So, you start watching something on YouTube, and then like you see something that's interested in the related.
Yeah, so you went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a game of telephone, right? Where
Yeah.
you get further and further from where you started.
Mm-hmm.
So I started. I'm not sure exactly where I started. It had to be something to do with wrestling. Oh, that was it. Yeah.
It had to be wrestling.
It had to be that.
I was watching Macho Man Randy Savage on the Arsenio Hall show, as one does. And I saw in the related that he had done Jean-Claude Van Damme for like one of his movies.
Okay.
And so I watched that, and it was really good. I was like, man, he's like way more charismatic and likable than I remember him being. So I just watched all of those.
All of the interviews of Arsenio Hall, or all of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
All the Jean-Claude interviews.
Gotcha. Okay, that's where your rabbit hole went. Gotcha.
Well, so from there, and I don't know how I got there, but I found in the related the 1960 debate for Kennedy versus Nixon.
Ooh. Okay.
I was like-
And me seeing that would be like, cool, and then not click it. But you.
Me seeing that, I clicked it, realized it was part of a playlist from PBS, which
Okay.
has like all of the television debates. And so over the last few days, I've watched all 4 of the hour-long debates between Kennedy and Nixon. I've also, I'm 3/4 of the way through the election night coverage from then. And I bought 2 books
Okay.
about it.
Do you
And-
watch like, man, I wonder who's going to win?
No. And then I also bought a board game for it as well.
See, the debate stuff I understand. It's the election results that I don't. Like watching, like if you're watching them debate,
Yeah.
like I wonder what they thought and talked about and where they stood. Like I get that.
You know what he's watching, Aaron? He's watching a reaction video. They're reacting to the news happen.
They
Pretty
are.
much, yeah. No, it's just, mainly for the board game. And that's what happens whenever I get like a historical board game. Like I want to really engross myself in the history of it.
I get
so,
you.
I wanted to know, what were people thinking
Sure.
during the election?
Yeah.
And, there was quite a bit of drama because it's one of the closest one we've ever had.
Yeah.
And so, this news station called California for Kennedy, but eventually it went to Nixon.
Really?
And, just hearing fun stories about, Kennedy was in his house, he was eating a sandwich, and he was complaining that there wasn't any milk in the house, that there was only beer.
Okay.
It's just little tiny details that just kind of put you into the room and into the minds of the people involved. So
He said that when?
while they were counting up the elections, inside of his house or his dad's house,
Okay.
they were eating, and he was like, "Is there any milk?" And he went to go look. He was like, "There's only beer."
Only
Dude,
beer.
in The Crown, Michael C. Hall, who plays Dexter, does Kennedy just for an episode.
Yeah.
He's so good as Kennedy. You won't believe it.
Yeah.
Especially because you guys have seen him as Dexter and only Dexter for so
Sure.
long. But he plays such a good Kennedy in that.
I saw him as something else once.
Michael C. Hall?
I forget what.
He was the front runner to play Daredevil before they had done with Charlie Cox.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched the first couple episodes of a British TV series of him in a very upper class, gated community where a girl goes missing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
Safe?
Safe, that's it. Yes.
Safe. Okay.
He's really good in it.
Yeah.
It's just really stressful. It's something that I have to binge.
What's your
Carmen and I
guys'
were watching it.
favorite rabbit hole on YouTube? My favorite one is Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Sure.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. I've definitely gone down that hole.
Going through song covers, you'll find a person. Oh, they do covers. What else have they covered? I've done that before as well. But I think Whose Line and the Graham Norton Show are two of the ones that happen to me all the time.
Mine are usually history or speedruns.
Speedruns also has happened to me too. Yeah.
Mine are usually new heavy machinery, inventions,
Yeah.
how it's made, things like that.
Gotcha.
Also, I watch a lot of physics and engineering explanation videos and stuff. I don't know. I just find it cool.
I don't know. I've done the speedrun things before where but that's usually I'm looking for speedruns. I've had a few times where it's been I got stuck in these they're read aloud Reddit tell us your story Reddit things.
Sure.
Sure.
So it's those things where it's
it's read by a computer voice.
yeah, and it'd be
r/Reddit videos.
Tell your greatest quitting your job stories, or to be tell your craziest not safe for work teacher stories, or tell things like that. And I'd just be going through clicking new ones and this and that. There was one that was your the craziest truth or dare stories. I'm oh, that sounds interesting. What happened there? Truth or dare? And sometimes it's well, I had to lick a toilet, and sometimes it's I got to make out with two girls at the same time in a closet. It just varied between what the stories were. But
Yeah.
it was sometimes those things just these people who hopefully are just telling true stories, and it's interesting to see what these true stories are. Some of them might very well be just guys making up their fantasy in a truth or dare or something too.
Yep.
So, but I've gotten stuck in some of those.
I think
they have all kinds of ones though.
Oh yeah.
There's some that have more sexual connotation. There's some that are jobs. There's some your craziest bathroom story or poop story or something like that. So I
My
got stuck
favorite.
I got stuck in those. Not favorite, craziest.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
This is my favorite. This is my craziest. They're different.
This poop story is not as good.
So that's probably the more recent one.
Yeah.
Because I was also talking to Calvin because of that I found what was it, MXR or whatever we were talking
MXR
about,
plays.
where it's this guy and this girl, and they react/talk about different things on Reddit.
Yeah.
So I started watching them because I was also watching these true stories from the Reddit.
Sure.
So
Gotcha.
besides that, I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if it counts as a whole of just like watching every video from a channel, but like I've done that too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it does. You know, the concept of the rabbit hole is something I've told people that are like, hey, how can I get my YouTube channel noticed, or how can I get people watching? Like, if you try to place yourself at the beginning part of a rabbit hole or the middle, like, you know, that the way I do my our tags on YouTube, like the stuff that I use is people that are just genuinely interested in this television show, not looking for reactions. They might be looking for bloopers.
Sure.
They might be looking for behind the scenes stuff or cast interviews. And they come to our reaction videos because you know what I'm putting in my tags? Bloopers, cast interview. Like, I'm putting all that stuff in there because I want to try to place myself in that rabbit hole. And eventually they might find, then they might do the thing you're talking about. It's like, well, what else do they got? Ooh, look at all this new content, you know? So that's what's the most important thing, like when you're trying to be a YouTuber, is like, how can you get yourself in that algorithm and get yourself in front of people, you know?
Sure.
It's the hardest thing to do is get someone to actually click on your video. Once you've done that, almost like you know, almost all your work's done. You just have to have good content now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like you don't have any, you have far little control over people finding your content than the quality of your content.
Mm-hmm.
Boba Skywalker says he's watched every single Blind Wave video. Does
Every
that include
single
all
video.
of the stream announcement videos?
Even the like painting miniatures video that we did while you guys.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're really thinking that there's got to be one he's missed, right? That's what you're thinking?
He's got, like, you know, yeah, we got to quiz him. I want to trivia him. Blind Wave Schmodown. We got to do a Blind Wave Schmodown at WaveCon next year.
We kind of did, didn't we?
We
Have
did
you watched
kinda,
all
yeah.
of the podcast highlights of the podcasts that you've watched?
I'm telling you, we need to do that, but I want to toss in some other things, like stuff from information on, like, what do you know that was posted on our Twitter? Or what about this that happened on Twitch? Or,
It says everything! That's funny.
Oh, by the way, if you're sending in Star Wars questions, please send in the answers too, because I have no idea
Oh, Rick.
for a lot of these.
You know we don't need the answers. We'll have the answers. All right, Boba, I need you. Here's your Blind Wave trivia. You got to name me every character that's in Wave Squad from our Star Wars RPG. All right? The 4 clones that are there. Jedi optional. And then I'll know that you know exactly what you're talking about.
That's the one you took.
He
Yep.
just said he's seen them. Doesn't mean that he's memorized
No,
them.
I'm putting him on the spot. The man literally tattooed a logo on him. I don't know why I'm quizzing him. I know he's the true believer. Maximus is like, man, I've seen it twice and I can't answer that. I don't know if I can answer that.
I think I could.
Yeah, okay.
Probably.
Ooh, Dreamchild's going deep. Don't forget Reek,
Eric,
R3 3K.
When you said that, I was like, damn, what was my name?
Really?
You were long shot, right?
No. I don't think that was ever one of my names.
Was it not?
I remember, the thing is, I remember I had a list. And I'm between a few names that I had on my list, but I forget which one was one I went with.
Sure. It's
Yes.
okay, Boba. I'm just kidding with you, man.
We are playing Hitman tomorrow.
Yeah,
Hitman
we're playing
3.
Hitman.
Yay.
We're gonna have 3 different people playing through the same mission in probably extremely different ways.
Mm-hmm.
See what it's got to
They were
offer.
pretty different last time.
It was different.
We won't be beating the whole game in like 30 minutes. Which is apparently possible.
Yeah. You beat that one level in 17 seconds.
I did not.
No, I said it can be done.
Oh, okay. You're like, you beat that one. I didn't do anything.
No,
I didn't.
come tomorrow. and
Also,
see
though,
Aaron
with
beat
that,
it.
those people are doing it with like certain like they're not do. I don't think they're doing it from like
No,
brand
they've
new
already
start.
played and they've gotten to the points where they can like
pick
choose
where they
when
want to
start.
go and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Reaper, Drillbit, Shellshock, and Harbinger.
Harbinger. I can remember Harbinger.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Captain Harbinger.
All right.
I went on Roll20 and I was
Good job,
looking
Bounty
back
Hunter.
through our chat archive to find the names because I knew we had
Find the
named our
names.
characters.
I'm gonna get my
Yeah.
water. I'll be
That was
back.
fun. Okay.
Okay, a lot of questions for me this time.
Yeah?
So I'll go through some of those. Question for the chat. What was the first Blind Wave video that you saw? Mine was where Rick officially joined Blind Wave, My Hero Academia Season 1, Episode 1.
Oh.
It's not really.
Well, Rick, that's a question for you.
The first thing.
What was the first
Blind Wave thing I saw was Calvin playing Metal Gear Solid 2 fighting the Metal Gear Raids.
And you were hooked from then on.
I watched no more Blind Wave.
Yes.
That's hilarious. I remember that day. I think, Calvin, did you throw your controller at Aaron one time?
I tossed it at him. I
At
thought
his
he was going
face.
to catch it, and then it hit him in the face. And I have not heard the end of it since.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was the first and the last for a long time.
Yeah.
Next one here. So many Star Wars questions. I saw another one. When's Rock Band coming back? I need that in my life.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of fun, but we got to be careful with DMCA's on Twitch these days.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe we can get like a list of like pre-approved songs or something, but I don't know.
Here was the other one I saw. Rick, you like bad movies, but what about bad series? Aaron or Eric, you need to show me Marvels and Humans Season 1.
Would that be one of those shows?
I don't know if Rick would like it.
It's made in earnest, though.
Is it?
Yeah. 100%. They were trying to make a good show.
I'm trying to think if
guess.
there's any series.
No, they were. It's just bad.
I had a really good time watching Jennifer's...
Bye.
No, that's a movie. Damn.
Jennifer's Body.
Like Jennifer's Ghost or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I watched a pilot of like a 70s sitcom or something that got canceled of the first season. I had a really fun time watching that and making fun of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, like there's some movies that I certainly enjoyed as a kid, and I can enjoy again now, even though I realize that they're terrible.
Sure, yeah.
Like The Lost World.
The Lost World, okay.
Like that TV show, like I tried to go back and watch recently. It's like it's not very good.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Yeah,
Jennifer
I get
slept
what you
here.
mean.
Right, Rick?
What?
Jennifer slept here.
Jennifer Slept Here. Yep, that's it.
Here? What is that? That's a movie?
No,
It's
it
a
was
That's the thing
a
that happened.
canceled sitcom.
Oh. Man, you know what I wish had more episodes? Faulty Towers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. That's unrelated to what you were talking about, really, but
Man, it's a good one.
it's so good.
You know, I wish I had more episodes.
What? Sorry. Someone said, I remember when Aaron punched Calvin on accident.
Remember when Eric slapped Calvin's ass? Very entertaining.
Okay, yeah, the punch was Ruby, and the slap was, it was a bet on My Hero Academia, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Sure was.
And then I plus ultra'd your butt.
Was it on My Hero?
Good. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
ever say that again.
I remember you said the plus ultra thing, but I don't remember if it was
on
My
Yeah.
Hero itself.
Yeah. I can't remember what the bet was, though.
Me either.
Was it whoever got the... Was it revolving around the tournament thing?
Might have been.
I don't know, because I
Did we
don't
have a
think
loser?
I won that tournament, did I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you just got the most predictions correct or something
Maybe.
like that.
Was it? It was during their exam. Okay.
Keith just asked, a Blind Wave version of MST3K would be great. Besides The Room, can you pick a movie you'd like to do? So many. Hundreds.
So
Yeah.
MSTK3 is where they make fun of a movie,
MST3K, yeah.
right?
I feel like I did it pretty well for Dragon Ball Evolution.
True. And Avatar The Last Airbender to a lesser extent.
Yeah. That one I was watching in earnest. The holiday special, definitely.
Holiday special, yeah. I would just enjoy watching bad movies with you guys.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the most fun you can have that doesn't involve cardboard.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy because it's not like, you're not upset that you didn't get every line. Like, oh, I didn't know what you said,
That doesn't involve what?
Cardboard.
You have sex on cardboard?
Board games.
Oh.
I knew what he was talking about.
What you're talking
You
about.
don't necessarily have to agree. Just smile and nod.
Okay, Rick. Okay.
All right. I'll get back to those, but let's get into some of these Star Wars questions.
Okie dokie.
I also had a list of some too. And if you didn't give me the answer, I'm not reading the question.
What?
Because I won't know.
I don't.
What if
Aaron
we
will
know?
One of us will know.
I don't know. You. I'm in the schmoda. No, I'm kidding.
We see.
Yeah, we'll see, Eric.
It's going to your head. It's going to his head now.
So,
Oh
Go
my
get a dry
God.
erase board, Eric.
Huh?
Go get a dry erase board. Start writing these down.
Oh, like I don't have one right here. Do I have to do this?
I don't know.
What is the call sign of the Y-wing that survived the Battle of Yavin?
I don't know. The Y-wing that survived the Battle of Yavin, was it this gold leader?
That was. I think it's going to be gold something.
Well, yeah, because the Y-wings are the gold squadron, and the
You do have an
X-wings
answer
are the.
for this, right?
I do have an answer for this one.
he
yeah.
read the question.
I mean, I think it's
Because I
just
wanted to prove your
red leader.
hubris.
This is gold leader. I'm pretty sure it's gold leader.
It's not.
I'm going to say
not?
gold 3.
Gold 2.
Gold 3.
Fuck.
And what's his name?
I don't know.
Lieutenant Ivan Valorine.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
You should know these things, Eric.
1 for 0.
1 for 0. You got 1
Yeah, I
point
didn't-
for 0
I-
points?
Hey, I don't know that one. That's a
1
new
point
one for me.
0 questions.
I'm 1 for 0.
Has anybody ever heard that name? I've never heard that name.
I mean, someone
I've
has,
never
or
heard
else
that
it wouldn't be
name.
an answer.
Well, they're just
true.
making shit up, and Rick doesn't know.
That's true. Rick wouldn't know. I guess it's true.
All right, go Mask. This one I think you should get. What does Leia call Chewie in A New Hope?
Walking carpet.
Yeah.
I concur.
Someone get this walking carpet out of my way.
Let's see here.
It doesn't rhyme with Conor McGregor.
What?
It said Calvin, who played Obi-Wan. Calvin!
Now, this one doesn't have an answer.
Okay.
I don't know the answer. Eric, what is the name of the Republic vehicle shown on the Battle of Kashyyyk in Episode 3?
Oh, that is a juggernaut.
Okay.
We saw them very recently in Mandalorian Season 2. I believe they're called a HAV. Like their model name is a HAV something.
Oh, you're talking about like it's like the tank
Yeah.
things?
The one, it's like the only vehicle in Star Wars that has wheels. But yeah, they call him the Juggernaut.
Ivan Valorine is a big character in the canon comics.
Oh, okay. Is that movie trivia or?
Well,
I mean, it is, but
Yeah,
it's not.
I guess.
Yeah, like Gold 3 you could get from the movie.
Okay, could you?
But the
Alright.
name, I don't think you can. Eric, it came up during your old Trivial Pursuit game. What
Okay.
are the names of Tatooine's sons?
Ooh, I remember from the Trivia Pursuit. They are Tattoo 1 and Tattoo 2. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. There's no answer for that one either.
I'm pretty sure.
Names.
It's hilarious.
Let me see. Tattoo 1, Tattoo 2.
I remember a couple things. I already forgot fucking Gold 3. What's their name?
I already cleared out of it. Eric, what's the name of the, I think it's pronounced Basilisk, who owns the diner that Obi-Wan
Dexter
visits in
Jester.
Episode 2? Is it really called Basilisk?
Yeah,
Dexter. Jester.
Dexter Jester.
Interesting.
Also the same Basilisk as the one Jedi from Clone Wars that we know of as well. What was his name, Rick?
From Clone Wars?
Yep.
I
He was a Basilisk. He shares a name with one of our mods.
Boba? He's
Boba's
He's
Not a
not a mod. Pong. General Krell. Pong Krell.
Pong
He was a
Krell.
Basilisk as well.
Really?
He was a much bigger
Just
one.
four
Remember
arms.
Jester was always like, when he's sitting down, he's like pulling up his pants with his two
Yeah.
arms down here. They're the same species.
Kind of a frog-looking guy.
Yeah.
Much different body type.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And no mustache.
Can you name all the bounty hunters Vader's talking to in Episode 5?
Yeah, I mean, as a toy collector, this is pretty easy. So we got Boba Fett, IG-88, Bosk, Dengar, I should say, Zuckuss, and Forlom.
Yeah. That last one is that the bug robot-looking guy?
Yeah.
He's the one.
Forlom's the droid.
I can never remember his name.
Well, Zuckuss looks like the insect, actual like creature insect, and then Forlom kind of has like
He has
bug
the bigger
eyes, but
eyes,
he's
right?
a droid. Yeah.
All right, I'm switching over to some of the websites I brought before.
Okay.
Since a lot of people didn't put answers. How many dewbacks were in the original 1977 theatrical cut of the first Star Wars movie?
I don't know. I assume 2, but I mean, I certainly haven't seen that original cut.
What was the question?
How
How many dewbacks were in the original theatrical release?
I think it's just one.
Of what?
Of the first Star Wars movie.
The first movie?
Yeah. So before the special editions, which I think it's just one on the horizon.
I'm gonna say 2.
I thought it was 2. Because I thought they
the
were
original
like
trilogy.
tethered.
original movie.
Original
The
cut.
first movie?
Yeah.
I think there's 2.
The answer is 2.
There's one on the horizon, like you're saying, but there's
Yeah.
also one right before the cantina on Mos Eisley.
5 more
Yeah,
were
with the head
added.
on the stick.
Yeah, they have
thing.
a head on a stick that they move around.
Yeah, I can never remember if that shot. I mean, that shot has changed in the special edition.
Oh, yeah, it
So I
changed
can
a few
never
times.
remember between the special edition cuts.
In the new
there.
cuts, there's 4. I think there's 3 in the desert, and then still that one at the.
How do you know they're not the same dewback and you're counting one twice?
It could be.
I mean, there could be one of them over there, but I'm pretty sure there's.
You got to be specific
3
in
at
the
one
schmodown,
time.
Aaron.
I don't know.
All right, what is the original name of the first Star Wars movie when it went into production?
Blue Harvest.
No,
They're
that's
probably
the
looking
code
at
name.
it was whatever
I don't know
it
what you
was
mean.
the Star Wars, right? There's another
Oh.
name.
It's
right?
a long-ass name.
There was-
Wait, are you talking about the Adventures of Luke Starkiller?
Yep.
And-
Okay, that's
yeah.
not when it went in production. That was just its first screenplay. This question is flawed.
This is some of the original promotional art,
Oh, okay.
apparently.
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
it was on something. But Adventures of Luke Starkiller,
Yep.
as taken from the Journal
Of the Wills.
of the Wills, Saga 1, The Star Wars.
Gotcha.
I knew it was really long and it ended with the Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
I always thought it was funny that it was called the Star Wars.
Gotcha.
This one might be tricky. What bounty hunter in Empire Strikes Back is wearing an old costume from a Doctor Who episode?
Bosk.
Bosk.
Yeah.
We covered that in Doctor Who.
in Doctor Who.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't think that's... What does AT-AT stand for?
All-terrain armored transport. Aaron, what does LAAT stand for? The Republic gun ships.
With the
They're called
pods.
LAAT, L-A-A-T.
LAATs.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I only learned this
don't-
last night.
I'm not sure what the L would mean.
Yeah. I'll give you the L. The L is low.
Low aerial armored transport.
Atmosphere.
Low altitude.
Low
I'm sorry,
atmosphere?
altitude, not
Lower
atmosphere.
okay.
Yeah, low.
I'm like, I know the A is
altitude.
going to be like something
Yeah.
with like the flight aspect.
Yep.
But I'm not sure what the L was.
I
gonna be.
didn't know that one when I was looking up. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try to keep that in my head.
Low altitude.
Darth Vader's chess piece has some writing on it. What language is it in, and what does it translate to?
It is in Hebrew, and it says something about redemption or something about like his sins and what he needs to do to make up for them. But I don't know the quote.
His deeds will not be forgiven until he merits.
Until he merits. Yeah, I remember learning about the Hebrew on there and being told that it was said "dark father," and I just remember that was the answer to that trivia question for years and years. And then someone's like, "No, it's not. I know Hebrew. This is what it says." But I can't commit to memory what the actual quote is.
Which is the first original theatrical movie where we see Jabba the Hutt?
Episode 6. Yeah.
Theatrical.
And now there's a cut scene of Jabba the Hutt.
It's just a dude in a fur.
That's a dude in a furry
great.
suit.
Yeah.
Well,
and
and
there's a re-edit
In
of
episode
him
4.
stepping over his tail.
Yeah, they
which
added that
he's-
in for episode 4 eventually.
Yeah.
On my boogie.
You'll definitely get that one. What species is Yoda?
No one knows. right?
There is no answer to
It's
this
unknown.
question.
Nobody
A circle has no
knows.
beginning.
Eric, who is Red 6 in the Battle of Yavin?
Red 6?
Yeah.
Red 5. Red 6.
Is it Wedge?
I'm going to say, I think Reg is Red 2. I think it's probably Biggs? Or is it, I don't know who it is. Red 6.
Biggs is Red 3.
Okay.
Red 6 is Jack Porkins.
Oh, it is Porkins. Red 6 standing by.
It came from behind.
It is Porkins. I gotta get my Porkins shirt on.
Porkins.
All right. Before Decipher Inc. lost the license to print Star Wars cards in 2001, they released a card revealing we'd actually seen a scruffy-looking nerf herder, a guy who herded nerfs on screen. What was this character's name?
Huh?
So we have seen a nerf herder on screen. Is it someone that we know?
I don't recognize the name.
Okay. Now, I will say that in the Schmodown, questions like this wouldn't happen. But
yeah?
I don't no idea.
Rinnick.
Rinnick?
Yep.
Where does he appear? Who does
Return
he
of
look
the
like? Return of the Jedi. I must consult Google. Rinnick? How do you spell it?
Rennek.
Rinnick and Return of the Jedi. I've never seen this man in my life.
Who the hell is that guy?
I guess he's a
also
nerf
Jedi.
herder for Tatooine-based Hutt crime lord Jabba. Okay.
Yeah, but
well.
when
So he must appear in Jabba's palace, but
maybe.
I don't remember seeing this guy. Okay, Rennick. Hey, that's the thing about Star Wars. You can learn something new every day.
Well, that's like that one damn alien. Phenomena, whatever the hell his name is. What is it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What the hell is this thing?
No.
He's just some guy behind Jabba in a shot.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like,
those are some tough questions.
nothing about him tells you he's a nerf herder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is it in a visual dictionary? As you said, it's only on like a card, right?
It was
Yeah,
on a
there is a
card.
card
Before the Topps
where he's
cards.
called
Yeah,
Rinnick, and
wow.
he is a nerf herder.
Rennick. Rennick, like director Krennic. Nerf herder, like
Director.
what you live, you know. It's like, you think you could do this on a farm? That's what Krennic says. Nerf herder, it's like farming. Reddick.
We were this
Rinnick.
close.
I'm trying to figure out a way I can put that in a box, but it's so hard, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you know this one, but I'll read it anyway. I'm going back to chat now. Which Star Wars film is the only one to have the camera pan back up?
Okay, we just
Crawl.
talked about this before. It's episode 2, because in episode 2, you actually, when you pan up, you're actually panning down because you're upside down, right? Like the ship comes in upside down,
Yeah.
you know?
But yeah, when I was going through episodes 1, 2, and then the Clone Wars movie, because those are the only ones I'm gonna have done
Yeah.
by the time you get into like anything. I think was I was like looking at trivia and finding information out and asking Eric questions, and that was one of them. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Supposedly Rogue One does as well. It pans up, but it doesn't have a crawl.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten to Rogue One yet to verify.
Gotcha.
I'll get there eventually. It's been funny. My kids have been like, hey, let's watch Star Wars while we eat. I'm like, no, it's gonna mess up what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Because like there's some arcs and stuff that I'm trying to cover. You know?
You don't want missing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely want to pay attention.
Name 3 Oscars A New Hope won.
Well, this is just guessing, but I'm going to say best score,
Yep. Best original score.
production design, and
I don't see production.
no production design. I don't know what they would call it then. Is it visual effects then?
I mean, there's best visual effects.
Visual effects, score, and editing.
Best film editing.
Editing, yeah. That's because George Lucas's wife actually went in and re-edited a lot of the stuff.
Really?
Yeah, at the time. You know, he had screened Star Wars for a lot of his friends, and they were like, it's good, but the pace and the stuff they're saying, I just don't get it. So his wife went in, chopped everything up,
Wow.
put it together.
Best original score, best film editing, best art direction,
Art
best
direction.
costume design,
Okay.
best sound, best visual effects, and special achievement award.
Special achievement. Interesting. I know that Chewbacca won a MTV Movie Award Lifetime Achievement, and he was given a medal by Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher himself.
Out of the 31 rebel ships, including the Falcon, that fought in the Battle of Yavin, how many survived?
Oh, damn. How many are in that shot that you see? I don't know. There's like 1,000 dudes clapping in the in the Masasi Temple. I'm going to say, like, this is a complete guess, but including the Falcon, 6.
I think it might be 4.
Yeah.
The answer is 4.
There's Falcon, Wedge, Luke, and then the Y-Wing.
That's all that survive?
That's all that fly away.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there was also, like, 6 showed up in the original cut, but then you do that new shot going under Yavin, there's, like, 15 there, you know? What happened to those extra guys? They died too?
died.
I guess they died. No,
I don't know. You don't know. No one knows.
They died, Eric.
Challenge! They could have flown away on the other side of the Death Star.
Nope. The fleet was that way.
Challenge!
Not all those
There's
ships
1,000 dudes clapping.
have hyperspace drives.
Yeah, but they weren't pilots.
They were dressed like pilots.
They might have. They ran out
They
of
were
ships.
What, are they
flight-
the backups?
They were flight
They
deck
are,
crew.
yeah.
Everybody's wearing a jumpsuit.
No, they're not.
Eric, I like this one.
Yeah.
How many movies has Warwick Davis played a character in?
1, 2, 3.
3? Which 3 are you thinking?
I'm going to say he's in episode 1. He plays 2 characters in episode 1.
He's in episode 1 for
He's
sure.
in episode 6. He's in Rogue One. And he's in, but he was cut from Last Jedi.
Oh, he was cut from Last Jedi.
He was cut from Last Jedi. So he actually doesn't appear. I don't know if I would get that. Like, that's,
yeah.
that's a spicy answer.
Because
I
it
don't
is
know.
a deleted scene. It also claims that he was in Rise of Skywalker.
He was, Wicket and his son was in Rise of Skywalker as well.
So it says Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
There was Last Jedi, but he was cut. He was in Rogue One.
Sure.
He was also in Force Awakens as Wolivin. I don't know how you say this name.
I don't know. He was in, what movie was it?
Force Awakens?
Force Awakens. He was also in Rogue One too, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rogue One. I have that
Rogue
one.
One, he was the gunner.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
Sure.
And then he was in obviously episode 1 and episode 6.
Yeah.
So it looks like he was in possibly all of the newer trilogy,
Yeah.
except for the deleted scene, if that counts or not. And I don't know if that would count or not for that.
Gotcha.
But-
So
And then episode 1 and episode 6.
Aaron, he plays a character in episode 1, and then he actually plays the same character in Solo, a Star Wars story. It's the same character that he played in episode 1. What's the name of that character?
The same character from episode 1?
Yeah,
At the race.
It's not the guy from the race, then, right?
it is.
It's the guy from the race?
Yeah.
I don't know what I imagine it's a W because like all his characters start with W's.
You're right.
It's like Waldo. I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like Weasel.
Weasel?
Yeah.
With two
Hot
E's.
damn, I should remember that one.
You should.
He was in Solo as well, says chat.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
said Solo.
it says Solo.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Is that he played Weasel or whatever in Solo? Then.
Yeah.
So that's the same guy.
It's the same guy that's like in Watto's box, like being pissed off that he lost.
Is he the gunner? That's
No.
a different alien dude.
No, the gunner is from Rogue One.
Oh, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Solo, with Effie's Nest.
Oh,
He's in there. He's
okay.
playing the same guy. I'm pretty sure it's
that's
Weasel.
the same guy. He has like a rocket launcher at one point, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
But like all of his characters start with W's.
I completely spaced on Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have too. Probably.
I mean,
I just thought it was an
that
interesting question.
scene is pure fan service. I don't love it, but I should have remembered it.
So yeah, and then on you said episode 1, he is 2 people, but then he also is credited for doing Yoda walking shots for the CGI.
I did not know that.
So,
So he's Weasel, and he plays
he plays
Greedo.
Weasel, Wald, and Yoda walking shots. Is what it
Gotcha.
says.
Well,
Where, like,
it would have to start with a W.
Yeah. So he plays a Wald, not Waldo, but he plays a Wald.
Yeah, Wald. Huh.
So, but yeah, Weasel is a name. Wicket W. Warwick, Weasel, Wald.
Well, he also had a role cut then, right? Because didn't he play a young Greedo that got in a fist fight with Anakin? And then it messed up the continuity, so they had to come up with like Greedo the Elder and Greedo the Younger.
Right.
Huh. I mean, there was that scene deleted, but I didn't know he played it.
Yeah, I thought that was a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
What's the species name for the asteroid space slug in Empire Strikes Back?
Ooh, the big snake worm guy?
No idea. Does it have a species name?
Exogorth.
Exogorth. That's. I mean, Lucas comes up with some stupid names, but I don't know if he came up with that one. Exogorth.
Probably get this one. It's been asked a few times. What are the odds C-3PO tells Han Solo when they're trying to navigate the asteroid field?
3,720 to 1.
That's it.
Now, they didn't give me an answer on this one, but what order did they jump into the trash compactor? First to last.
All right. So first is...
I've got it.
Yeah.
I got it now. So.
I think it's... Is it Luke, Chewie, Leia, Han?
No.
Or is it Chewie, Luke, Leia, Han?
It's Leia, Chewie,
Leia first.
Han.
Yeah, it's Leia first.
Chewie.
That's
then.
right.
Luke, then
And then
Han, right?
and then after that, they're both shooting. It's like either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
Yeah.
And then it's like go, and then he jumps in, and then Han comes in last. So
Yeah, you're
Leia,
right.
Chewie.
Because he always catches his boot on the way
I don't
down.
care
Luke,
what
Han.
you smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio is down. Is it, or is that just for one person?
Well, that one
Audio
person
should be
doesn't
fine.
know. I got that answer wrong.
What's the name of the Tong male from the planet Tund in the Tund system in the Phantom Menace?
Oh, one of my favorite characters of all time. Actually, the Tund appeared in Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Season 7, and I was super excited. Do you remember who this was? Do you remember Eric?
Eric, just answer the question. Don't give us a question back.
Ben Quadraneros.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a ton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I don't know my Ben Quadraneros. Come on.
Dude, in Clone Wars, there was a ton of them.
A Tund.
Is that a unit of measurement and a race?
A ton of them.
All right, let me do these last three, and then we'll get back to some non-Star Wars questions,
Alrighty.
too. Name the bug species that attacks Padme in Episode 2.
The Geonosians. The bug species.
Is that what you're looking for?
Is that what you're looking for?
Geonosian drone?
The answer they give
Oh,
is
you mean the assassin things?
Oh,
Man, that was-
the little thingies on the
Oh,
bed.
the
yeah,
centipedes.
gotcha.
Ooh.
uh,
That's a good one.
Aaron, it's the thing that
aren't they like Braxian centipedes or something like that?
I don't know.
That's not this answer.
No?
I would have said Geonosian and then challenge and be like, hey, your question sucks because there are a bug species that attack Padme.
True.
I want multiple choice.
Yeah, go. What was it?
What was it?
Kouhuns. So Kouhuns.
Kohuns.
Kuhans?
Kohun.
What's the name of the planet where the final battle takes place in Rogue One?
Scarif.
We had this morning.
Yep.
What does Rey call garbage in The Force Awakens?
The freighter.
The Falcon,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Falcon.
No, that one's garbage.
Not that one. That one's garbage.
How old was Anakin
The
at
garbage
death?
would do.
How old was Anakin at death?
At
At
death?
death.
That's a good question.
I gotta do math then.
I already read the answer.
So he was 9 in Episode 1, then plus 3, plus 10. I don't know exactly.
2 plus... Well, 22 plus 18, right? So you're looking at 30
Yeah.
plus...
3 plus 1?
7 more? I'm going to guess 37.
I'm gonna guess 38.
Teak gives the answer 45.
Fuck.
Damn, really?
I was closer.
I guess without going over. 45, huh?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Oh, I know what you're missing.
I also went off your math in the beginning and then just went ahead.
He was 9.
No, I went for your 9 and then your plus whatever. I'm like, okay, well,
Oh.
there's episode 3.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, there's been this idea that the Clone Wars lasted 5 years and not 3 years, which I think is bullshit because that's changing stuff. But yeah, it was 10 years between Episode 1 and 2, 3 years between Episode
2 plus
2 and
18
3.
is no,
It's 40.
it's 40.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Damn. I still would have ended up saying like 47 though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I added up wrong in the rest.
Mm-hmm.
There's one other good question, but I don't know the answer. How much money does Han Solo demand from Luke and Ben for a ride?
Well,
Now,
he
I-
asked for 10,000.
Up front. But then Obi-Wan offers what in return?
We can give you 2,000 now, plus 15 when we get to Alderaan.
17, huh?
17, huh?
Let me confer with my associate.
All right.
I can't believe I did 22 plus 18 is 30.
That's
I just
great.
did
I
the
wasn't
8.
even listening to you.
I just
because
did the 8
was
plus
like,
2,
I'm not even
30,
gonna
did anything
guess.
other 10? Idiot.
Going back a little bit, Rick, have you seen the hardcover Final Fantasy guides that they released about 5 years ago? If are they the ones that we got sent in mailbag in our upstairs? Are those guides or are those like art books? I'm not sure, but we got sent some really cool Final Fantasy books in mailbag. That were pretty sweet. I don't think they were guides. Though.
I think that some of them are art, some of them are guides.
I know we've gotten a couple guides in mailbag.
Have you guys seen the 6th scale Power Ranger figures that Slideshow Collectibles are releasing? They also have a Guts figure.
I did.
Oh,
They
I did
look
not.
pretty amazing. Aaron, I thought I showed you one day. I was like, look at these.
Oh, is it old?
It was like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't the 6 scale then ones, but like 2 weeks ago or so.
Look at this White Ranger bust. Look at this Titanus. Ah, so cool.
That is pretty
What have you
cool.
done?
Ooh, this Green Ranger is awesome.
Have any of you played The Darkest Dungeon? I have.
I have not.
No.
Guys, you have to start using the community feature on your channel. Do some polls you're currently doing on Twitter. YouTube's algorithm heavily favors showing community posts. Brings in a lot of traffic.
Yeah, we've been doing a couple more community posts than right now, but our traffic's not really too bad.
Watch the Spiffin Brits video on it.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, when it comes to like engagement and stuff, that is fantastic. But it also is important to make sure you're developing and trying to grow out alternate ways of reaching out to people, not just YouTube. It's great that we have the YouTube following that we have, but if something were to happen to YouTube, I need to be able to get a hold of people on Twitter, on other things. So, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Rick, how far are you in One Piece? And has any other Blind Way member dipped into One Piece?
No.
I mean, the most I've dipped into it was I've seen like some of that Shonen Jump fighting game with the character in it, which is cool.
It's cool. I haven't watched it anymore since I gave my last update.
And there was a dream sequence in Dragon Ball Abridged where Goku thought he was a pirate, and I think pretty sure that was spoofing on One Piece.
I've been playing Persona 5, and I finally started Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah?
Yeah?
So, excited about that.
Tales of Usperia?
Vesperia.
With a V.
Yeah.
Va.
Vesperia. Which is cool, because it's a JRPG, but it's co-op in the battles. So
Yeah.
Evie and I can play it together.
You want to know something that I found interesting?
Huh.
Just because when I opened up YouTube, it gave me a thing that reminded me of it. But on Pokemon that I had Monday,
Yeah.
like back when the game originally came out for Gen 3, so Pokemon, Sapphire and Ruby, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one bad guy that came up and was talking to me called he called me or he called some other guy simps.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, simps? And I was like, is this original? And someone was like, went back and looked and like, yeah, it is. And I was like, man, Pokemon original, like originated simps.
Didn't they like ban Sims from like you can't say it like on...
I think it's banned from things of like different things
On
for
different
like
things, right?
like you can't just have it in Twitch. Like people aren't like there was a big thing.
Like, are we allowed
about
to say it
and
right
stuff.
now? We're on Twitch. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't think
oh,
you
no.
can.
They're taking
I don't
us
think
off.
you can
No!
use it as an insult.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which he was
You
like,
can't call someone else.
but also like the meaning behind it is different from what he was saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Versus
no,
what
I get
people
you.
use it for in
Now,
a modern
yeah.
day setting either. But it was just interesting that it popped up and I was like, wait, it kind of took me back. Like what? And then in chat's like, what? And I was like, is this the original or did they change it for the re-release of this game? And they said it was original. So all right.
Oh, this question is amazing. How many limbs do the Skywalkers collectively lose across the Star Wars films?
Okay. So none in episode 1. Episode 2, Anakin loses an arm to Count Dooku. Episode 3, he also loses another arm and 2 legs.
Mm-hmm.
In episode 4, no one. Episode 5, Luke loses a hand. In episode 6, Vader loses a hand.
Does that count again? 'Cause
Sure.
at that point,
Why not?
it's already been lost.
Yeah.
But-
you're
So
right.
is the answer 5 or is the answer 6?
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
answer they gave is 6.
Is 6, including that one?
Well,
Yeah.
didn't they say limbs? So not necessarily like
Limbs.
an organic hand, but he's using that mechanical
It's a robotic limb.
thing as a limb.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
So
hell,
it
Vader
should
probably
still
lost
count.
like 70 limbs in his life.
Over
then.
the course of like how many times did he get? Right?
Probably catching a stray blaster bolt.
Yeah.
Did he repair the one that Han shot?
No, I think that was like the Force. Like
Yeah, Han well, he didn't shoot it. He like
Yeah, he stopped.
he like stops it and reverts it back, so it actually never really touches. Right? I don't think it's
No,
broken.
it goes into his glove, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I don't think it's broken though.
It's not.
I mean, because he has to fight right after. Like, I don't think it's like, oh shit, he shot me in the hand, quick, and he goes back to his shuttle, puts it back together.
I mean, I don't know.
That would've been
You
fun
might
to
have
cut scene,
a
though.
suitcase of spare parts underneath the table you never
Yeah.
saw. Be a
It's
good question, Eric.
He's like Tony Stark. He can just.
Yeah. It's the same thing he does, Calvin, in Rogue One when he stops the bolt, holds it for a second, and then throws it back. He's just using the Force to reflect. And it led to one of the stupidest legend stories called The Glove of Darth Vader, where an Imperial remnant officer got Vader's glove, which was indestructible. Like, that's
Yeah.
not what happened, Dick.
So, this is Joris Knight. When do we see you in a Star Wars production? Aaron as a pilot with Green Clover as a code name. Eric is an important red shirt on a destroyer. Calvin is a smuggler with a spoon, and Rick is a bookseller to learn the Force. What became?
You know what would be great is like I didn't picture anyone else really, but Calvin's as a smuggler, like dressed as a smuggler. He's like in a cantina eating soup.
Yeah.
You know, like
Like slurping it real good.
yeah. And they're like trying to
Sucking up one of those like tentacles from that one soup bar on whatever that planet was.
Then he can, he can be like sitting there like eating it. And he's like,
Yeah.
like talking, like pointing the spoon.
Actually,
Like, oh, Calvin, he got a spoon. That'd be fun.
The rest of it, what became your work is now real entertainment for everyone. I discovered your channel with Flash Season 2 premiere 5 years ago. Just wanted to say thank you for everything. Love from France to the four of you, your sweet ladies and kids.
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Cody asked, have you guys seen Cordell Digital's version of that one scene from Season 2 of Mando?
Yeah, I did see it. I thought it was pretty impressive for the time that they did, effort to put into it. I mean, barring that it was a wig that they put on the guy, because the first test they didn't use a wig and the hair just wasn't working. So there's like, all right, well, let's use a wig. And also the guy just, that guy and Mark Hamill just don't match super well in terms of body shape and shoulder shape, But the face looks really good, and I really like what they did with interactive lighting with the sparks behind it, actually having that illuminate and just bring the whole scene together. It's a smart move.
Hey Rick, aren't you a big Kevin Costner fan? If so, did you like the Wyatt Earp movie? I actually preferred Tombstone. I was a big Kevin Costner fan, but I was an anti-Western fan, so I never saw it.
Never saw all that?
No.
I was never big on Westerns.
Although I did see Open Range, which had Kevin Costner, which is really good.
I never saw. I'm trying to remember him as a cowboy.
Would you count Dances with Wolves?
As a Western?
Yeah. As a
No.
cowboy.
Hmm.
I mean,
Not
he's
really,
not
but
really,
kinda.
because he was a Union soldier, but he's living out on the frontier.
Yeah.
That's cowboyish. He fought Indians at one point and then learned to live with them and then ultimately joined them,
True.
which I'm sure a cowboy did that once. Aaron, what are you doing?
I did the same thing just before, and nobody mentioned it.
As Calvin was going down, I was going back. One Western I liked was Maverick.
Maverick.
The
I
movie
grew up with Maverick.
It had Mel Gibson
Yeah.
and
James Garner.
James Garner.
Yeah.
It's more of a
And Jodie
comedy,
Foster.
isn't it?
In the West.
Sure.
Huh?
He's like, it's more of a comedy, isn't it? I'm like, it's in the West.
Yeah, so is City Slickers, technically.
You can't have a Western comedy, Rick.
No, you can. I just I wouldn't call Blazing Saddles a Western.
It is.
I would call
But
it
then
a
it also
comedy.
goes into Hollywood, so I don't know.
All right, last one I have here. Good as gold. At the start of the pod race, how many flag carriers are present?
Eric's just counting on his
I'll
fingers.
give it to you in multiple choice.
Okay.
All right. 7,
Nah.
12, 13, 19.
I'm going to go with my gut and say 12.
I'm gonna go with C because that's what I always did when I wasn't sure back in high school. I'm gonna say 13.
25% chance.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it descending or ascending order?
No, I'm going the order he gave. So
Okay.
I'll go with C.
C is correct. 13.
13.
Yep.
Like, I'm trying to picture them, but I'm not 100%
Like
sure.
before you,
But he
before
also
you, yeah.
he did 7. I'm like, that sounds too low. Then he did 12 and 13. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, it could be either
it's got to be one of those. Before he said multiple choice, I in my head I'm going like 12 because isn't that how many racers are in the pod race game in 64?
Oh, I have no
But I can't
idea.
remember. I
don't
was trying to
remember.
outthink it. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever sat there and been like, you know what, I should count.
I
You
should
know?
have thought of that when I was watching back in episode 1 before.
really
I'm just
should
like, oh
have.
man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many racers at the
Yeah.
start? You know, like I should have done that.
Like that's only something you know if you're trying to find a trivia question.
That's
to
exactly
tell
what it is.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Shanghai Noon a Western, Rick? We gasping.
Is Shanghai Nights a Western?
I would say Shanghai Noon's a Western.
I would say so.
I would say
Yeah.
Bleeding Saddle's a Western too. It's just a comedy Western.
I would say like Western is like the subgenre.
Sure.
Kind
No,
of.
I get you.
Yeah.
Like it's a comedy first
Like-
and a Western second. I agree.
I would put Western as a tag on that video,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't put it as the category.
So like, what was the one? Is it The Quick and the Dead?
Yeah.
Is that Gene Hackman and
Russell Crowe,
Russell Crowe?
I haven't
I was
seen
gonna,
that
I was gonna say
one.
that Crow guy, DiCaprio. You know?
Sharon Stone. Yeah.
Like, so are those? Like, are those action movies?
I haven't seen The Quick and the Dead, so I don't
You know what I mean? Like, if you pick like a John Wayne Western, is that an action movie then? Is that what you're going with? That is a Western? Is
John
that-
Wayne?
Yeah, is that how you're looking at it?
Yeah.
Like, so you're
I would
saying
say
like
that's a Western.
You're saying like action, comedy, drama. You're putting those first, then, right? That's how you're looking at it. Or are you saying Western is its own actual category?
I think Western could be its own actual category. Like sci-fi would be its own category.
Okay.
But
But is it
but
more
then-
of a modifier to what the setting is?
So Spaceballs isn't a sci-fi then.
I would classify Spaceballs first as a comedy, and then as sci-fi. Where Star Wars, I would say, is sci-fi first, I guess. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah. I mean, I was
See,
just curious.
if-
That's why I was wondering.
If you were like reading about it, it would be because of the way we do English and it's silly and arbitrary. We would say it's like a sci-fi comedy, not a comedy sci-fi.
Like if I had a
Right.
video rental store, I would put Spaceballs under comedy, and I would put Star Wars under sci-fi. If there was a sci-fi section.
I would definitely have a space fantasy section to
Yeah.
a Star Wars end. Space opera.
It would have its own.
It's just Star Wars.
All right, you guys have everything else before I get to bits and donations?
No, sir. Were there any more questions?
I emptied them out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me look at exercises first, I guess. So people
Probably
can
good.
do those while I read off stuff.
Oh yeah, it is a good time to remember the movie poll on Patreon going on right now.
It is going on right now. I think
yes.
there's still what?
Thank you, Reverie
until
Code.
Monday, I think people have to put down stuff. Ish. Monday-ish.
How many moons does Coruscant have, Eric?
That doesn't compute.
I mean, more than 2.
Good. Yeah.
What's the answer?
4.
4?
Yep.
Okay.
I just would have guessed and said 0.
One of them is called Syntax 1. Can you tell me what the other 3 are named?
Syntax 7, Syntax 23, and Syntax 4 million.
Yeah, you have a weird number counting.
I don't know.
But Syntax 1, Syntax 2, Syntax 3, and Hesperidium.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's what it
hilarious.
says here.
That's so stupid.
According to Wikipedia. or whatever.
Wikipedia.
Aaron, did you do Maggie's push-ups from Monday?
No,
Nope.
because she had other stipulations in it.
Aaron,
I didn't do it, and I
what
left.
What moons?
I remember seeing it at one point, and I was like, okay, and then I never went back to it.
All right.
What
So, I need to do this.
What moons did Dooku recruit Jango Fett to be the prime clone?
What moons?
Yeah, he said I was
I was recruited by a man named Tyrannus
on the
on the
moons.
moons of Bogdan.
Bogdan, yeah, Bogdan. I was recruited by a man named Tyrannus on the moons of Bogdan. I love the way that guy talks. He's so good. I found her on the suns of Tatooine.
Tatooine.
All right, so Aaron, if we're including those push-ups, you've got 10 push-ups and 10 squats. The squats are from Sandman.
I'm gonna make sure I start watching these for when you guys have these.
Yeah.
From previous times when you guys haven't done them too. Then.
Yeah, I like this precedent that's being set.
All right. I'm gonna keep track.
Push-ups for Calvin from Chazzy Black Onyx. For Calvin, it's all Calvin's fault. Aaron, you just got some more push-ups.
What's that even in reference to?
From Cash Rock.
20 push-ups, 10 squats.
Yeah, for Aaron because he skipped Maggie's on Monday.
I didn't skip them. I'm doing them now.
Super Dora.
Skip them on Monday.
Squats for me. I've got 20 squats. Very excited to see how you will with the challenge.
Yeah.
Very excited to see how you will with the challenge. And I assume that means the hint hunt. Crimson, squats for Rick. He didn't ask my question.
Oh my gosh, so many exercises.
All right, so 20 squats for me. And as I'm doing squats, I will try to read.
Man, so Calvin's a real smart one here. He just skipped stream. Could you imagine if he would have like skipped stream but then had like 100 push-ups from stream?
Technically, I guess people could have gone in and redeemed push-ups and such.
Aaron A25 has resubscribed for 30 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Klaus.
Aaron A25.
Klaus, 11 months. Thank
you very much.
Thank
Almost
you.
a year.
Gorgon Fish, 21 months. Stonks.
Thank you, Gorgon
you.
Fish.
Miss Timmy Fantastico, resubscribed for 21 months.
Thank you,
Happy
Timmy.
Thursday, folks. Happy to be here. Aaron, I hope you have GameStop stock.
I don't. I do not.
Shame.
I guess.
That's a shame.
Yep.
Hilding, 200 bits, weekly loving, and my brother's 21st birthday. Partay!
Partay!
Ooh.
Congratulations. Happy birthday to your brother. And social distance.
Moriarty, 12 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Suriano, 20 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Soriano.
The
you,
Frenzy, 41 months.
Thank you, Frenzy.
Thank you, Frenzy.
Thank you, Frenzy.
Go back to this one. Now we're all done, right? Tori, 105 bits. Happy Thursday.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm done, Rick.
Camera, Tejas, 30 bits. Best of luck with the draft tomorrow, Eric.
Thank you.
Happy Dame, resubscribed for 19 months. Hi, Blind Wave, excited for WandaVision tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
I'm very interested to see how that show like plays out.
Yeah,
Ritlock,
me as well.
17 months. New One Piece chapter tonight. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Over 1,000 now, right?
Maybe.
I think they said they hit 1,000 chapters a little bit ago.
Awesome. Red Death, gifted a sub.
Thank you, Death.
Al Hussein, 250 bits. Hey, Blue Wave, if you have to live in a non-English speaking country, what one do you pick?
Probably something with a language that's Latin based. I think it's gonna be a little easier to try to pick up the language. So,
I know some Spanish, so maybe like a Spanish place.
yeah, maybe
Scotland.
Italy. I love Italian food.
What do they speak in Scotland?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I'm
they
joking.
filmed a lot of
Okay.
scenes of episode 2 in Italy.
They're very difficult to understand. I would probably go Germany. In all
Naboo?
seriousness.
Japan.
Man,
Also be a good one.
interesting.
Solar System Wolf, subscribed for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jake Smithers, 100 bits.
Thank you, Smithers.
And then 105 bits.
Wow, thank you.
Schmodown Fan, tip $3. Hey, Eric, good luck in the draft tomorrow. Based on
Thanks.
your conversations, how confident are you feeling about your prospects? Christian Harloff was talking about you last night.
What?
He's definitely in your corner, so hopefully managers are listening to him.
I feel decently confident that I might get in the draft. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but once it happens is the time I feel like, you know what, I need to really start actually studying and not just being like like these pictures in this visual dictionary.
Well, what's the time
You know?
difference, like from when it actually starts? Like, how long will you have?
Until like my first match or so. I mean, probably like a month or so.
Okay.
I think there's already a Star Wars match between Molly Damon and Laura Kelly that's going to be happening soon.
This is the first one.
like in 2 weeks. So I don't know.
Who's Christian Harloff?
He's the commissioner. He's the main guy from the Schmodown. He's the guy that
Is he
worked
one of the
at
guys that reads the
WWE.
questions?
Yeah, he's the guy on the left. Whenever you see the two guys,
Yeah.
that's Christian Harloff.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He and Nerd Chronic were the ones that actually reached out to me, asked if I would be interested in going in there. So, Nerd Chronic way more than Christian, by the way.
Thea Canadian resubscribed for 11 months. Hello, Blind Wave. I feel the need to share my epic breakfast I had this morning. 3 waffles, 5 sausages, 2
Whoa.
hash browns, and hot chocolate. Then an intense nap followed.
Hot?
Yeah.
Damn.
After that,
That's amazing.
sugar crash.
I had a
don't
chicken
blame you.
McGriddle for breakfast, and I thought I was doing great.
Oh,
You guys had chicken McGriddles?
Chicken? No, I don't think
No.
chicken's for breakfast.
Yeah, but chicken. Have you had chicken and waffles before?
I don't think chicken's for breakfast.
You're weird. You don't like ketchup on hot dogs.
Let's
What
not
about
get into
for
this
mustard
again.
on hot dogs? Yeah.
What about turkey sausage?
Thea Canadian resubscribed for 11 months. Nope, I already got that one.
Nah, yeah.
In my rush to move on.
Your breakfast
Read it
is
again.
amazing.
But thank you.
turkey
Cap-
sausage is probably okay.
Captain Texas, 100 bits. Hey, Eric, good luck with the draft. Hoping for Team Swag to draft you.
Ooh, swag. All right.
Swag.
That's all I got. I think more exercise might have come in.
So about the chicken.
No! Shut it down!
No exercises.
Shut it down. Shut them all down.
No chicken.
I really think chicken doesn't belong for breakfast because
Yeah.
whenever we have like you need meat, you need ham, and you need sausage.
Sure.
Like turkey sausage, you make chicken sausage. That could
Yeah.
be okay, but not just like a
Aaron,
fried,
you got push-ups?
not just fried chicken.
You can just have. It's not fried. It doesn't have to be fried.
I love chicken waffles, fried chicken.
No, actually, I think you did those already. But Eric, you do have sit-ups.
I have sit-ups.
Gotta get fit for the draft tomorrow. Also, Rick, it's Rock a Tank Ski from Mad Max. Nice.
Dang it, Aaron.
Aaron, you got squats.
If
Say
you
that.
hadn't talked about chicken, I wouldn't have gotten these sit-ups, and thus people could have marked on their bingo. Everybody else does exercises but Eric.
I hate that spot.
I know, but we got to get people their bingos.
All right, that is the last of it. Thanks, guys, so much. We're going to be playing Hitman 3 tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Friday if you're watching this later on YouTube. That's when we do our group games. Saturday stream is going to not be at its normal time. I'm not sure exactly what's happening yet. Keep an eye on Twitter, and updates will follow.
10 push-ups for every question you get wrong, Eric. You ready?
All right, thanks, guys, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Good boy.